The Kybalion by 3 initiates is an in-depth study of the Hermetic philosophy of ancient Egypt and Greece. The words of wisdom are familiar except for the years of understanding. The book was written in 1908, but the actual knowledge is ancient, dating back to biblical times and far beyond. Jesus, Abraham, Gnostism, which is the belief that humans have a piece of God within themselves, and Essence, which was a mystic Jewish sect during the Second Temple period. They all understood and possessed this knowledge being passed down from word of mouth but not written. This knowledge was safely guarded and not available to the uninitiated of the past, or was considered occult, which means hidden. It's believed a great personal power is gained from this knowledge. People were chosen very carefully for whom they could share this knowledge. Hermes Trismegistus lived in ancient Egypt. He found the emerald tablets in a cave that was passed down by 2 of his predecessors. He started teaching and sharing this knowledge and was considered an instructor to Abraham. Some basic religions have some of his teachings. The tablets supposedly contain the master key, which was once fully understood to help them work with the ancient spiritual laws. These are considered the original ideas behind today's concept of the law of attraction. This was not the fear of God as referenced in the Bible, but the fear of law. The book contains 7 Hermetic principles. The principle of truth. Hermetic is simply a label used to assign a philosophical system that's based on the purported teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. He who knows these principles possesses magic before he touches all the doors of the temple and they fly open. One of the principles of Minimalism is the principle of correspondence. It's a performing art where practitioners, called minimalists, demonstrate highly developed mental or intuitive abilities. There are also 3 principles of vibration, 4 principles of polarity, 5 the principle of rhythm, 6 the principle of cause and effect, and 7 the principle of gender. The principle of minimalism is the oldest, and the universe is mental, held in the mind of the old. The old refers to the reality that underlies all our external appearances and manifestations, also known as energy. The consciousness, the oldest spirit, the old is a universal infinite living mind, and everything is created through the mind. We can learn to use the law against laws, the higher against the lower, and through the art of alchemy. Alchemy refers to the transition from the letter of self, the lower self, the ego, to the gold of self, which is the higher self, known as the soul. The principle of correspondence, as above, so below, and below, so above, so Hermetic philosophy believes the universe may be divided into 3 great planes. These planes are the great spiritual plane, the great mental plane, and the great spiritual plane that considered a degree of life manifestation. The lowest point is pain matter, and the highest is spirit. All are varying degrees of vibration, both higher and lower. The principle of vibration is nothing rests. Everything moves and everything vibrates. Because everything is in motion, nothing happens until something moves. The differences between manifestations result from varying rates of vibrations, both lower and higher. At an extreme, the level of spirit is so high it does not seem to move, while the lowest level of matter also does not seem to move. Everything is connected by degrees. The universe, or your reality, responds to your vibrations. The highest vibration means you are well and attracting peace, joy, calm, etc. With the lower vibrations, you begin to experience endless chaos and discord. The principle of polarity is everything is dual, everything has poles, and everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but at different degrees, and extremes meet. All ambiguities may be settled. There are 2 sides to everything, including poverty or wealth, illness or wellness, hot or cold, love or hate. Although opposites, where do they all end? Where do they all begin? Using alchemy in your will, you can shift anything to a greater or lesser degree on the same pole. Illness can become nearer to wellness, poverty nearer to prosperity, and etc. The principles of rhythm, everything flows out and in, everything has tides, and all things rise and fall. The swing of the pendulum measures the swing to the right, which is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. There is always an action and a reaction, a rise and fall, creation and destruction. You cannot stop the principle, but you can rise above it. The mental law of neutralization. We polarize at some point when we desire to, instead of letting ourselves be taken to a lower extremity. We keep our focus and feeling on wealth, wellness, peace, calm, and etc. No matter what appears, we can stand firm. It's the principle of cause and effect. Everything happens according to the law. Every effect has its cause, while every effect has its cause. Nothing ever just happens. You can be a cause or an effect. You can mentally become the causes of your desired reality. You can dominate your moods, characters, qualities, and powers. You can influence your environment and become movers instead of standing still. The principle of gender is not everything. Everything has a masculine and a feminine principle, and gender is revealed on all planes. Everything has masculine and feminine elements. The mind is dual, which is masculine and corresponds with the objective mind, conscious mind, active the mind, and the feminine, which is the subjective mind, subconscious mind. I am split into two elements, I and me. Me is discovering self either consciously or unconsciously. I is wiser and could direct me to where it wants to go. To summarize this book, what I took away, we can change our reality from inside our minds and our emotions. Working with these principles, you can discover you are the co-creator of your world. The universe of your reality is reacting to your vibrations, either higher or lower mental aspirations. Your thoughts react to your reality.